Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the All-State Hometown High School Football Game of the Week. Right here at Springfield High School is the Wildcats host the Indians of Fairfield. A couple of ball clubs who have a lot of aspirations toward making it to Canton in the month of December and the championship game. Now, tonight's football game is being brought to you by our local All-State agent, Jim Twiggs. How you doing? Lee Riley right here with you as we are joined, as always, tonight with Gary Littell. Gary, let's take a look at the keys to the ball game tonight for the Fairfield Indians, brought to you by Dave Gale Chevrolet.
Well, for the Fairfield Indians, they have to replace 6 new starters on offense. Plus, they got a quarterback that took over, so they got to get him used to what's going on. And the Indians need to run the ball early. And once that quarterback settles in, that should help out that game. And the defensive line looks pretty strong even after graduating top players on defense from a year ago. And what about the players you see for Springfield?
Well, as we're taking a look for the Fairfield Indians, number 9, and that being senior running back, and that being Jaton McLean, who is headed to Kentucky after the season, after he's a senior year, I should say. McLean set school records last year with 1,754 yards and 31 touchdowns. Now on defense, we look for number 11, and that is Brandon Smith. He's just a junior defensive lineman. Last week, he had 6 tackles, and he also had a sack in there, too. Gary, how about the Springfield Wildcats? Let's check the keys. Brought to you by Dave Gale Chevrolet.
Well, on defense, they got to keep the Indians running game in check and under 100 yards. The Wildcats need to cut down on mistakes, having 13 penalties for 164 yards last week. Now, Springfield needs to keep the offense in high gear like last week's 508 yards and not to kill drives with penalties. Lee, what about the Wildcats?
Yeah, as we take a look at offense, number 8, look for sophomore quarterback Deshaun Smoot, who threw for 238 yards a week ago, 1 touchdown. Here's an important stat: no interceptions. On defense, it's number 28, Javian Norman, the freshman linebacker. Yes, I said freshman, who had 6 solo tackles. Now, starting this week, it is our football poll of the week, and just like last year, we actually want to see what you think and who is going to win our featured game of the week. You can take part in our weekly poll by following us on Facebook. You'll find us at www.facebook.com/localtv for me. And this week, boy, it looks like the Springfield Wildcats are a shoo-in, but we'll see, to pick up the win tonight and go 2-0 on this young football season. We're going to have more of the pregame as the teams will be taking the field, and we'll also have eyes on the officials and the opening kickoff as well. Prepare. We are preparing for the All-State Hometown High School Football Game of the Week as Springfield prepares to battle the Fairfield Indians on local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local All-State agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by Dave Gale Chevrolet, The Security National Bank, and Harding Road Pharmacy. Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons has a 30-year history of serving the ophthalmic needs of the Miami Valley. The Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons specialize in meeting the medical and surgical eye care needs of the entire family. Dr. Larry Fish, Dr. Gary Lau, and Dr. Scott Stork are committed to providing our patients the best medical care with a personal touch. Schedule your appointment today in Springfield, Urbana, London, or Beaver Creek, because seeing is believing.
It's time to eat, and you want great Mexican food with friendly service at a fair price. It's time for
My Mariachis.
With 3 convenient locations, you're never far away from a great meal at
My Mariachi.
Don't accept imitations. It's time for
A lot has changed in 80 years, but at the IH Credit Union, some things will never change. The IH Credit Union will always be member-owned and will always do what's right for our community. Stop in today at the IH Credit Union.
And the Springfield Wildcats hosting the Fairfield Indians right here at Springfield High School. Teams are heading out of the field, heading out right now and kneeling down for a prayer, and the other Fairfield Indians over on the sidelines as we're just about ready to go for high school football action. We are waiting for the home team, Gary, and if they play like they did last week, this should be a dandy ball game.
Well, this is something that talking to Coach Douglas, they just got to keep on the straight and narrow and keep running the ball and no penalties. That's what's really going to be something. And you've seen, here they come, Lee.
Here they come through the Wildcats. Springfield Wildcats looking to go 2-0 on this young football season. Right now, Gary, shall we check on the officials for tonight's game? And that is being brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons. And we're going to be the men in stripes kind of huffing and bumping down the field this evening, Gary.
Well, our referee is Mr. Frank Vitt. Our head linesman is Mike Henry. And our line judge is Don Klingler. Umpire tonight, Phil Showalter. And the back judge, Rick Varian. And there you see them lined up.
And the officials have been brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, where seeing is believing. And don't forget, we've got a student athlete as well. Don't forget, you can always nominate for a student athlete. And we'll have that coming up as well. Just a lot of good stuff going on. And the band is just about ready to leave the field. Oh, also, Gary, we've got our throw for dough tonight.
That's coming up, and we have a young lady that's won it before. So we'll see what happens.
Trying to go 2-0 for her throw for dough. We shall see. And the Wildcats, as we get ready for our national anthem.
Tonight, the colors are being represented by the Springfield High School Junior Marine ROTC. They are Cadets Cat Coon, Philip Coon, Brooke Long, and Commander Cadet Hollingshed. And also, the national anthem be signed by the Springfield High School American Sign Language class. Alana Nash, second grader at Simon Kitten Elementary. Madison Branson, a senior. Javon Moss, a sophomore. And Savannah Hatcher, also Annalise Foreman. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, directed by Mr. Brad Dragic.
Well, Mr. Riley, this is the first time we've been back here since it was Springfield North and Springfield South. We were here for the very last game on this field that Springfield North won by it was only one score. It was 6-0.
6-0, yeah.
So it's fun to be back here, and it's a really beautiful stadium. So it's a neat treat for us to kind of go back in time.
And they had some logistics to go through to get it all ready to go. We just found out about it a couple of weeks ago. Now, last week, Hilliard Bradley and Coach Bo Douglas said, we should have got 44 points in the first half, but that's just him, as they won 44-7 over Hilliard Bradley. And the Centerville Elks, who have been down the last couple of years, Fairfield took them 33-7. We should have a dandy time.
And we were just talking to some people in the press box and also the coaches down there about Centerville and what's going on there. But you got to remember, you have schools that were kind of upset the first week. You had Tippecanoe was upset, and then you had Shawnee was somewhat upset, but they turned it around last night, Tuesday night, and kind of changed their things. But for tonight, they're looking forward for Fairfield is to run the ball, and they got a terrific running back there, and that's something that's going to be fun to watch tonight. And for Springfield, they got to stop it.
Yes, they do. McLean is headed toward, as a matter of fact, Kentucky. He has over 1,700 yards last year, and he says combined, running and receiving, he wants to go over 3,000 yards this year. Woods is back deep in the middle, and there are three receivers standing right around the 10-yard line. Here's the boot. It's a end over end, comes up short at about the 25-yard line. Running across the field, trying to find himself a block is Minnie.
Yep.
Minnie takes it out to about the 40-yard line. Did a nice job trying to pick up some blockers there, Gary. They're going to mark it about the 30. Let's see where they set it down. Nobody's got it marked yet. But it looks like it's going to go about the 38 or 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Springfield. Now, last week, they threw for over 200 yards. They did very, very well. And also last week in the ball game, Gary, they can run the football, and they've got a bunch of running backs, and the two Smoots, Tolliver and Donovan Williams as well. Spread out all over the field. One running back in behind the quarterback. There's the snap. Hand it off. Oh, nice running room. Nice move. Put his head down and said, here, take this. And that being Tavian Smoot, as he put his head down, and the Fairfield Indian went back about 5 yards.
Yeah, they got to watch the John going on out there at the start of this game. They got to be careful of that because that's going to get them in penalty trouble. You don't want any of that. You want to put that ball in the end zone and smile and go back and do it again. And that's something that the coach said that they had to watch out for this game. So you get up and you go back to your huddle.
Well, you had over 100 yards and penalties last week. 13 penalties called. Sometimes you can get too high. And if that's the case, sometimes you do stuff where you don't think too much about it. Heading to the far sideline is going to be thrown for a loss in the backfield. Could not find an opening was Jeff Tolliver. Tolliver only ran the ball like 5 times last week. But, he had a big run and ended up with about 117 yards.
Yeah, there's some big running backs on both of these teams, and there could be a load to bring down for some of the younger players, especially for Fairfield, some of the young guys that had to be replaced on that line. So see if they can hold them here.
All right, third down, and about 5.5 yards to go for the first down. And again, looking over to the sidelines is the coaching staff up above, taking a look at what kind of defense that Fairfield is in. They've got 3 across the line of scrimmage, and the rest looking for the pass. It is a quarterback sneak, quarterback draw, as a matter of fact. But
I'll tell you, come through there is number 58, and that's Brandon Weinberg. And he just let loose with the lumber right there, and that ball's going to be short of a first down, Lee.
By about a yard. And it looks, I don't see any kickers going in. It looks like they're going to call and they're going to go for it.
Sometimes that John can work the other way, too. It can get the other team fired up just as much as you are.
Yeah, it sure does. Still looking to the sideline. Play clock is down to 17 seconds. We've got 9:49 remaining here in this first quarter of action.
And you're talking about looking to the sideline, and that gives those coaches the defense look, and that's why they take that time and find the right play for the offense.
Yes. It's a pitch coming to this near side. Oh, trying to outrun him. Not going to make it. Not going to make it as Fairfield. Boy, the speed.
Corey Smith.
Oh, the speed they put on and not being able to go was Tolliver again.
Yeah, Corey Smith just shot through there, and also Phil Thomas, who is also going to be he's your cornerback for Fairfield, and they're fired up because without that, look at the position. It's 1st and 10 for Fairfield Lee, and they're already on the Springfield side of the
they got great field position. They are playing in the memory of a former team manager, Mason Blatchard, who was a special education student, passed away in May as he was battling cancer over the last year. And McLean kind of summed it up. Well, I guess I didn't have it so bad by breaking my hand. He said some people go through a whole lot more. Coming to this near sideline, he's got the 45-yard line and not going to get much more than that. With the football was Mays. So they're going to keep the ball away from McLean, I think. Let him be, kind of a guy that, you're looking at and you're going, hey, yeah.
Kind of a decoy.
Where's he going? Yeah.
Yeah, Minnie was in on that. He's the outside linebacker for Springfield. You'll see a lot of him tonight. Look at that man-to-man coverage lined up all across the board.
And look at McLean. He's in the backfield. Looking to this near sideline. Nice defense. Whoa. Who was that, Corey Smith?
Now, that was Davion Bates that came in there with that tackle.
Okay, I thought it was number 3, but, check it. I'm on the wrong side. You're right, Davion Bates. I'm giving Fairfield credit for the tackle. Tackled his own man. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about a yard to go as the clock rolls with 8:36 remaining here in this first quarter of action. And great field position Fairfield had. Let's see if they can pick up that yard that they need badly. Some jumping going on that defensive front. McLean with the football, and boy, he hit the hole, but then he kind of watched the way the flow was going, Gary, and took the ball and tried to head to this near sideline with it.
Well, he had those legs did not stop churning, and then Tavion Gilbreth came in there for Springfield, and he's a senior. We saw him for several years. He's about a 212-pounder, which is pretty good, 5'11", and he'll stop you in a second.
Yeah, like a fire plug there, as they used to call it. Shotgun. Just one receiver. They play it in pretty tight. They run the football, and why not when you got this guy running?
Fumble.
Yeah, McLean dropped it. There's a big scramble. Let's see who came up with it.
Well, I think he got it back. I think it hit the ground, Lee, and bounced right back to him.
That's what you get with these rubber fields. There's a big scramble. Let's see who came up with it.
Yeah. Well, I think he got it back. I think it hit the ground, Lee, and bounced right back to him.
Lucky. Very lucky. But the ball ends up at the 34-yard line. 2nd down, and for all intents and purposes, about 10 yards to go for that 1st down. Last year, he did. He had, we're talking about McLean, 1,754 yards, 25 touchdowns on the ground. He ended up in the end zone some 31 times. Got a couple of passes. Yeah, he can catch the ball, too. Spread offense. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, handing the ball off over the right side and pulling him back on that. Well, that's a nice defense by Springfield. You talk about some gang tackling.
Kind of hard to believe only one 1st down so far tonight. In this, we're into 7 minutes and it's rolling. But watch this replay here. He's trying to battle for extra yards, and he gets swarmed by the Wildcats.
I think that was Lee that was carrying the football. Looked like it was number 23. And he picks up 3 yards. Call it 3rd down and about 7 yards to go for the 1st down. We're down about 6.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Looking, nowhere to pass it. Being rushed and is finally going to go down. Holding on to the football was Ellis.
And I'll tell you what, Zarius Stinnett came in there and just drilled him. Watch this. Watch him scramble to the outside. He rolls there. Nice tackle down low. Still trying to grab him. And then watch this hit. Kaboom. Took him right down. Yeah, that's called teamwork, as going in there as well as number 57 for Springfield. And Jokel Brown, he was like, oh, my gosh, this is great. This is why I play football.
Woods is back deep. Let's see who else is back deep. Is that Minnie? Yeah, that's Minnie back there. Good snap. Here's the kick.
Nice punch.
Whoa, nice high spiral.
That's coming out to the 20.
Go over their head, hits in the end zone, and hit almost on the end line, and it goes out of bounds. It will be Springfield's football. 1st down, 10 yards to go. So moving the football well, but then almost had a couple of turnovers. Our athlete of the week, student athlete of the week. all you need to do is just let us know. Go to www.localtvforme.com. Now we're talking student athlete, okay? And it's all brought to you by the International Harvester Credit Union. Our athlete of the week. And you can nominate an athlete of the week at any time. Springfield, for Springfield, they really have it spread out this year, Gary. To me, they've always just wanted to run the football, low snap. They got a man open, nice defense. What a defensive play, but he was hanging on to the shoulder pad and got away with it. We're talking about Jaden Mays. It was a nice play, though, defensively. He stood up with the intended receiver.
Now watch here on the replay. He has good coverage, really nice coverage. And watch him get his paw up there just in the last minute. And Mays knocks it down and looking good. You can have that hand low. You just can't be hanging on to it.
See where it was? That was on the shoulder pad.
No.
And as he goes to catch it, he ripped his shoulder pad away.
And there's
over the middle and thrown into the ground, incomplete.
Larry Stevens was almost like he was in a rodeo there trying to he was the bucking bronco on that and just tossed the Fairfield player. But nope, 2 passes for Springfield. Right now they're 0 for 2.
It's 3rd and 10. Where do you go? You want to get the ball up the field some so you can give your punter some room to kick the football and get good field position against this Fairfield bunch.
It's hard to believe only 8 yards rushing so far for Springfield.
But look how Springfield's got the spread, Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, they're spread all over the place.
Back again to pass.
Had a man open, Tolliver in the flat. Tolliver with a nice block, but only going to be able to pick up maybe a yard is Smoot. So he's going to go out of bounds. It's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down and about 9 yards to go for the first down.
In their second possession, they had to punt.
3 and out.
Yep, and that's 0 for 2 and about 10, not even 10 yards rushing total.
Cole Yost comes in. He averaged last week, goes just the one ball game, but he averaged some 29 yards a punt. He only punted once last week, just once. Field goal kicking was pretty good. That's a good snap. The rush goes off the side of the foot, and that's
not what you like to see if you're a Wildcat.
You're going to get maybe about 10 yards on that.
If that.
Because they were kicking it from about the 22-yard line. Don't forget to pick up your copy today. What we're talking about is the fall edition of the Sport Page. It's on newsstands and at the sponsored locations as well, Gary.
Yeah, and you can stop by all the sponsors. You can stop by Sunoco there on St. Paris Pike, Sonny's drive-thru. Pick it up there, and a lot of the gas stations around town. And plus, stop by Muffler Brothers and Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, and right there on Harding Road Pharmacy. So stop by. See these folks because they do a great job for us, and you'll pick yourself up a terrific little flyer there, magazine with all the teams.
Look at this, even better possession, sweeping to the right side, and that's some nice defense. Some nice defense by Springfield. I'm impressed so far as taking the football was Jaden Mays, and he's not going to pick up anything. There's also a flag thrown at the 30-yard line.
Yep, so that's coming back. And, for Fairfield, Lee, only 15 yards rushing. And this quarter is just we're about 5 minutes away from shutting this down and it's been kind of a fight down there. They had some jawing early, but then I think that stopped. And I think the coaches kind of took care of that.
But you know what, Gary? We are watching this, and the runners just aren't finding the room. Springfield is closing out all those gaps.
And Jake, our referee out there, Frank Vitt, marching that ball back. So that's a big penalty right
15
there.
yards, yeah. So it's back to the 43-yard line for Fairfield. It's going to bring up, again, first down, but a long way to go, about 25 yards. Looking to the right, coming back to the left, and still a lot of blue jerseys there. He caught the football, and we're talking about number 4, Philip Thomas, the senior, and he picked up just a few yards. We'll call it about a 3-yard gain. So it's going to be second down now. Watch this.
Now watch, he fakes over to the right, then he comes back this side. And a nice little pass over there, about a 4-yard pass, but he ends up picking up some extra yardage as he's tackled. If he's not tackled there, he's gone for a while.
Yeah, but you talk all the time about gang tackling, playing your position, not getting out of the way. And that's what Springfield is doing right now.
Yeah, they're 2 for 15 passing. He's rolling out again.
Looking, Got a man open and incomplete. Nice defensive play down there. Yeah. Waving his hand and saying, no, not at my house. And that looked like, who was it, number 36? Was that Bradley? So Bradley just did a nice job of actually yanking his arms back, and the ball hit the ground. 35-yard line. Going to bring up right now 3rd down and about 12 yards to go, 13 yards to go for the first down. Fairfield does not want to have to kick this again, although they would have some good field position. Nice rush there by Springfield. Throw it out into the flat. And you know what? You talk about gang jackling as McLean caught the football, and they said, yeah, go to Kentucky.
Yeah, Javion in on that tackle. Watch as he rolls over here. He's just going to do that little dink screen, and right on his tail coming across is just scooting across there is Stinnett. And then right at the end, right there, Javion lowers the boom, and also in on that, Davion Bates. So real good team tackling from Springfield.
And Stinnett played that perfectly. You want that to go back inside where you're going to get some help, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it's a 4th down, and they're going for it here from the 34-yard line.
4th and 11 for Fairfield. As rolling and looking, a helmet came off, still rolling all the way back to the 45-yard line, throws it downfield, and
beautiful catch, but he's short.
I don't think he made it. He had to get down to about the 23 or 24.
Look at that spot where that referee has his foot there. Now watch. I think it's a pretty good spot because he should be shortened in that spot there, Lee. Watch him roll out. He gets over here, and he rolls out, throws it clear across, and he's on it right at the 25-yard line. He's not even close to where they're going when he caught that ball.
He got a gratuitous spot.
Yeah, he got a kind of a gift there, and they're talking about it right now. And there's a referee, Frank Vitt, trying to come out with a measurement to see if that is accurate. But
man, I thought it was about the 25-yard line.
I think about where I think where his
no, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
So that spot was generous to begin with, and at least all for doesn't matter right now. It's the way it should be with that call. Good shot of the cheerleaders here from Springfield as they get warmed up here at their new facility that's going to be home here for this season. We got a thrower in that crowd too.
Yeah, I know we do.
A throw for Doe. Now let's see if Springfield can do better than 10 yards rushing here, and 0 for 2, and just kind of calm things down here and get some. Get to work here with what, 3:25?
3:25 to go. You got to hope that Jeff Tolliver grabs the football and does what he did last week, rip one off for better than 60-some yards. And lose one tackler, heads to the far sideline. He may do it. There goes Tolliver. We're watching. He's at the 50. He's going to be shoved out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, and that's what they needed.
Now watch this replay, folks. He bounces it to the outside. Now watch the block right there. That sprung him for a little more yardage, and then here comes Fairfield, and they're just going to push him out of bounds. So that's a good 35-yard run by Tolliver, and I think Lee pretty much predicted that one right there. He didn't go for a touchdown, but he got the momentum going, and they finally have some rushing yardage in the books.
Yeah, he finally was pushed out there, saying at the 45-yard line of Fairfield, as looking over to the sidelines. Hey, what the heck? Give it to Tolliver again. As he looks like he's playing on the wing to the left side.
And that defense, they got 2 safeties back, and they're going in motion.
Motion to the far side of the field. Handing it off again, heading to that far sideline, putting the head down. Boy, that was a very nice run by Smoot, Davion Smoot, who just put his head down and said, I want to get some yardage, and he did just that. As he took it from the 45-yard line down to about the 43. So that's going to be a 3-yard pickup and make it 2nd down now. And about 7 yards to go for the first down. 2:50 remaining here in this first quarter of action. And finally getting some time to move the football is this Springfield Wildcat bunch. And boy, they need that running game, don't they, Gary, to set up the passing game.
Kind of changing it up here a little bit. There's too much time. It's going to be a timeout. I thought they changed it for a second there, and of course they did, and they
Well, it got down to 5 seconds, and Bo Douglas said, come on, that's enough. There's a little bit of out there where people aren't sure where they're supposed to be or what they're supposed to do, and they finally called the timeout with 2:31 remaining here in this first quarter of action. Well, it's been quick. I thought we were going to get some rain today.
Well, I was hoping that we didn't, and I was glad to see the overcast sky because we're facing right into sunset. I don't know last night if you had a chance to see that gorgeous sunset. It was out of this world. So from here, we would have had a really good shot of it, but it makes it a little hard for us to try to see numbers and for the cameras as well as they try to find what's going on down there on the field as we try to place it back in your house for you.
Well, I'm in my house. I'm watching the monitor here. It's a heck of a ball game. Ball is at the 42-yard line.
Second down here.
Second down and 7. Snap back, looking to pass the football, being rushed. Now coming to this near side and being chased. He's got to get the corner. If he can get it, he might pick up a few more.
Not much.
Maybe the 41-yard line where he goes out of bounds.
Real good pursuit coming across here. Now watch, he's almost tackled, almost tripped up by his own man, and he comes across this way and chasing him down. Watch at the top of the screen. It's coming across here is Antoine Hill, and then shoved out of bounds. And real good pursuit by that defense, and that's what you want to see from Fairfield. Don't let them get that outside corner.
And they're quick. They can cut the angles down too.
They might have lost some defensive players last year, but they got some speed this year. That's for sure.
You said it right there. They got speed.
And I think that's what Centerville probably ran into as well.
Yep. Didn't realize that first game is always tough because you don't know what you're going to run into. Being chased, gets away from one, but not get away from the second.
Beautiful tackle, shooting in there, doing a great job, and that's exactly what he's supposed to do is shoot that gap. And I like this name, L.J. France.
Football name.
L.J. France. Here it is. Now watch him shoot through here. He cuts through here, eludes one player, and then right there, here comes Mr. France, and he takes him right down to the tower.
45-yard line.
In Paris. Come on now, what's the name? This is a trick question. It's not the Eiffel Tower.
Not the Eiffel Tower? It was Bob Eiffel that came up with that. Low snap, bounces, and they still get the kick away. This is better than the first one, but it's going to go out of bounds. And this is where they're going to have to find the spot as the official running back to the 20.
He's going to keep coming back.
Yeah, he's at the 25-yard line.
He's looking down at the referee. So the referee has his hand up over here, and he's to stop right there.
31-yard line.
And that's what they do. If you're wondering why they're not just marking it off for fun. They're looking at the referee who's in the center of the field where the punt took place, and he says, there's where you mark it. So a lot of people thought they were just marking it off just to make it fair. No, it has to be more accurate than that.
Well, so he's got the angle, so he can see it, yeah.
So the third possession for Springfield, that's their third one, and they've had to punt every time, but had a better showing on that last outing.
All right. Well, snap back, quarterback keeper, heading over to the far side. Not going to pick up a whole lot.
Who's showing up real well here is this Stinnett is doing a great job here for Springfield, and I think you're going to probably hear some more about him as this game goes on.
Ellis picked up maybe 2. We'll call it second down and 8 yards to go for the first down. We're down to 66 seconds. That's a little bit more than that, 76 seconds.
Yeah, you're using my clock.
Yeah, I am using your clock. It is Fairfield looking for that quick pass, being chased. Now looking out into the flat, man wide open. Tries to move around and not going to pick up a whole lot. Well, I was talking to some of the people here. I'm really, really impressed with his defense. Watch.
Now watch, he rolls out here, and now everybody buys on the run, so they come up. So this leaves that man wide open over there. And he only picks up, look at about 3 or 4 yards, so we'll give him 4 yards on that.
Well, that's McLean, and he hasn't really shown a lot. Now,
passing for Fairfield is so far as 4 for 19. And the coach said when I was down on the field earlier today, he said, we want to really establish that run game. And right now, they're kind of abandoning it right now with these wide receivers splitting slot player down below.
3rd and 6, looking again, nice pass right at the sticks.
That's
and then getting away and going out of bounds for the Fairfield Indians is Simpkins. So Simpkins gets enough. He gets about 11 yards on that pass.
Now watch, he looks over to the right at him, and he says, just go get it, and got him on the outside. Pretty good coverage there. Kind of a missed tackle by Springfield, but moves the sticks.
But Simpkins did a nice move. He turned away from the defense and ended up picking up positive yards to get the first down. Boy, that was a quick hitter by McLean, but it didn't go anywhere. It's over the left side, maybe about 3 yards on the play. Of course, you know, most great runners, that's it. That's the first quarter. It is all over with. It's in the books. It's scoreless. More action going to be coming your way with Fairfield here at Springfield on the local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local All-State agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by the Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons, Muffler Brothers of Springfield, Urbana, and Fairborn, and the IH Credit Union.
Although the world is ever-changing, the basic rhythms of life remain the same. One being people's passion to build families, communities, houses, businesses. But turning passion into reality is often challenging. For all of life's moments, count on Security National Bank.
When your ride is overheated, choking, spinning, sputtering, stopped, or just too slow, trust the pros at Muffler Brothers. With locations in Fairborn, Urbana, and Springfield, you're right around the corner from repair service you can count on. Get your car the attention it deserves. See the real pros in town, Muffler Brothers.
Springfield's pharmacy is Harding Road Pharmacy, located 1.5 miles north of the hospital on North Plum Street and Harding Road. Harding Road Pharmacy has been locally owned since 1950.
We not only fill prescriptions that are ready when you are, but our friendly professional staff is always available to answer questions and provide free delivery. We're proud to serve our community, and we invite you to experience why Harding Road Pharmacy is Springfield's hometown pharmacy.
Harding Road Pharmacy is open 7 days a week for prescriptions that are ready when you are.
Wagner and Brooke Waters. How about a round of applause for the varsity?
And we are back.
From Fairfield.
Wildcats hosting the Fairfield Indians. It's the All-State Hometown High School Football Game of the Week. Second quarter action just starting up. And you know, for a couple of ball clubs that scored a lot of points and put a lot of yardage on, not quite as good. They're both great defensively. Jumping around to Springfield. They fake the handoff. Oh, almost had an interception in the backfield, but breaking loose and finally catching him and going down was Stinnett. Had it not been for Stinnett taking the football was Phil Thomas. He'd have been in the end zone for a touchdown. Watch this.
Watch this tackle. Stinnett comes right down. He just goes, I got to go low, and he got him going down. Real nice tackle.
So a big play on the last drive for Springfield. That's the biggest play for Fairfield as the ball is all the way down at about the 30-yard line. First down and 10. We are scoreless. And
that puts them at 4 attempts for 54 yards passing.
Man going in motion.
There he goes.
Yeah, motion man gets it over that left side. Oof. And is going to pick up. Well, he picked up a lot of good yardage there.
Yeah.
Just put his head down, and that being Jaden Mays. And it's going to be about a yard short. Yeah, maybe 2. We'll call it second down and 2. Pickup of 8 on the ground. Clock rolls with 11:15 in this first half of action here from Springfield High School.
And they're getting the call there from the sideline as they come back in mass. And by getting that call, you'd think they could go right up there and go pretty quickly, and that's exactly what they're doing. Defense doesn't have much chance to look and see what's going on. Quarterback keeps it up.
The quarterback keeper. Quarterback draw, I like to call it. Boy, picking up nice yards over that left side. Coming up with it is number 2, the quarterback that took over this year from Fairfield.
And watch, he goes right off this left side. He takes the outside. Good blocking by big number 62 in there that kind of springs him forward. And that's Connor Snively. And he gets that extra yardage. That's what those big guys do for you. And it's move the chains. And they can get a first down and They're right around the 4-yard line.
4-yard line, that's right. What's happening right now is the defensive backs and linebackers are making tackles just like that. A missed tackle, that's a heck of a run. As busting through for the Wildcats looked like it was number 28, that being Norman. And Norman just could not make the stop, and Fairfield got positive yardage again.
Yeah, and they're looking at about 45 yards rushing, and that's pretty close to what Springfield has right now. But the big deal is 4 for 54 yards passing.
Ball is at the 9-yard line. Second down, 5 yards to go for the first down.
Look for a pass here down low, Lee.
Ellis fakes it, comes to the near side, and again, there's that running room.
First
they
down.
are looking for their holes, and they are finding them. They are very, very to the point to where they're going, let's just take our time.
You know what they're doing, Lee, is they're probably opposite day. Instead of setting up the run, they're setting up the pass, and you're looking for that pass, and then they're going right back to the run. So pretty good strategy by Coach Krause over there for Fairfield.
Third down, and go quickly. Did he get close to the goal line?
You can see right here, he's right down there, probably about a yard short. See where that's exactly where he's standing. Now watch here, you can see it on the replay. And he's just going, like you said, fast. And coming behind there, real nice defense, but some big bodies being moved down there. Here we go again.
1.5-yard line, and they're calling it, the players for Fairfield, a score, but I don't think so.
Nothing yet from any of the officials down there.
Looks like it's going to be about the half-yard line, actually.
Yeah, look at there. Nobody's calling it. There we go. So
there's about the half-yard. Look at that.
Man, they got another chance, and I just go again quickly.
I'd do the quarterback thing.
Well, or like the old Marcus Allen leap into the end zone. That's what they used to always get him down there. He'd be up in there. It'd be a touchdown. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, he'd take flight from about the 4-yard line and go into the end zone. As they hand off, hit in the backfield is McLean.
And he backs his way in.
Did he make it?
No, there's a flag on the play.
Ooh, there is a flag on the play.
And let's see what they call it on here. Yeah. Oh, that's going to really break the back there of Fairfield. That's too bad for them. Because that was a great second effort to get into that end zone.
Did he actually get in? Because, boy, he was nailed back in the backfield.
Yeah, I thought his backside was on that blue line, or on the blue carpet back there. But
I hate that one.
Now here we go. It's going to be second down. So it's second and goal from the 5. So still, you got the speed outside, and you have a great running back with Jadon McLean.
You got a pretty good running back here on the quarterback, Ellis.
Yeah, exactly.
He does a nice job, and they're both in the backfield.
Yep.
Ellis at quarterback and McLean as the running back on the right side.
Oh, my goodness, another flag. It's going to be, let's see, look at our referee, Frank Vitt. He's going to give us the call.
And he's talking to some of the Fairfield
He's not mic'd
players
up tonight, just so you folks know. Let's see what he has here. Yep.
Offside. It's going to go.
Offsides. You're just going the wrong way here.
From one of the wide receivers, they were offsides when they lined up, and they called it. So take it back to the 10. Now what was a second down and about a half a yard to go is a second down and goal from the 10-yard line with 8 minutes remaining here in this first half of action. And again, both ball clubs seem to be moving the ball well, and then all of a sudden one thing will stop them, and here go the penalties. Last week with the penalty situation, it was Springfield picking up a ton of penalties, 160-some yards of penalties on 13 penalties. And a timeout's going to be called by Fairfield as they want to talk things over, make sure they get it right with 7:50 remaining here in this first half of action. What do? Do you pass now?
Well, I think you almost have to. The biggest gain they've had, I mean, you're looking at the rushing yardages for both teams in the first half so far is about 50 yards apiece.
Yeah.
And you've been backed up there. And coming up here, Lee, we're going to have that throw for dough where you're down there. And Asia Mays for Springfield, she's been there before. And then you have a nice young lady over here from Fairfield. And she's going to be given her best job. And she got off the Janiyah says, she says, I'm going to throw. And I said, well, good luck to you. And it's always fun. And it's just so great from Security National Bank. They do that each and every year. And Mr. Rastatter will be out there representing Security National Bank.
The athletic department licking their chops because Asia got $500 for him last year. Ellison at quarterback. One running back in there with him, as you can see. Long snap count. Rolling to the near side. Ellis looking, got a man open at about the 5. Puts his head down and will make it down.
About the 2-yard line, yeah.
Yeah, at the 2 or 3 yard line is where they're going to mark it. And
now watch the replay here. They watch him clap his hands, and he's going to fake like it's going to be a handoff there. Nice fake, pulls it back out, kind of blindside, rolls to the right, and he hits him on a crossing pattern. Real nice hands there, and that's a tall target right there. Coming up with that catch, and that's the big tight end there. And he has the big hands to do it, so number 88 comes down with that catch, and here we go, Lee.
3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line, so they're back where they were at 2nd down. Counter play in the backfield, goes over the left side. I don't think he made it.
Nope.
One official's got it at about the 1-yard line.
And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 4th down now.
Fourth
Okay,
down.
they're going to save the 2-yard line.
Yeah, 4th down.
And again, here they come up to the line of scrimmage quickly, trying to catch Springfield napping. Quarterback sneak goes up the middle.
No, I don't think they
know
did
that he made it.
I don't think they got it. Yeah, touchdown.
Did they give it to him?
It's a touchdown.
I thought he was stood straight up.
Now let's watch the replay here. Now he gets wrapped up by the Springfield player right in the backfield there. But right there, the pushing continues, and he goes down low. And the official's right there.
No, the official's marking it at about the half-yard line when he first jumped in there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
They said he crossed the plane, so there you go. That's a touchdown, our first score at 6:45 on the 3rd possession of Fairfield.
Well, let's see who's going to kick the football. Looks like number 4, Phil Thomas, is in there to do the kicking. Nope, he isn't. He moves up.
1-yard run, touchdown run by the quarterback for Fairfield.
And we're going to have timeout being called by. Boy, they went through a whole bunch of nothing. I don't understand that because.
Well, the quarterback had a nice little score there, and he got some push and help. So.
Well, that being Ellis, Ellis did nice, and into kick the football. The extra point will be Elgin Phillips, and Elgin last week had a 25-yard field goal, and against Centerville was 2 for 2 with the extra points. So he'll be in there kicking the football. TD, of course, as we look back on that, was done by quarterback Ellis, who took it in with the quarterback keeper, put his head down, and ducked it in there from 2 yards out. A lot of unhappy people on this side of the field when they saw that.
Well, they thought they had him stopped, and we saw the foot go down, but the other official on the other side must have seen him break the plane down low.
Yeah, because one official over here on this near side, here's the kick. It's up, and it is.
Into your car.
Good. I don't care. Break a window or two. You know, you can see me coming driving down the highway because the bumper's dragging.
Well, all Springfield's done so far is they've had to punt. They had a really good drive the last time, and they need to get some, some running attack going, and they need to get a couple quick pass plays, kind of what Fairfield did. And those were the short pass plays that are always so effective. We harp about each and every time we get together here.
But how often do you see that when a team gets 500 and some yards one week, the next week, maybe they wrote about their press clippings.
Yeah, so you're looking at rushing for Fairfield. We're going to call it's pretty close to about 57 yards to 51 yards for Springfield.
Well, the big one was by Tolliver.
Yeah, and that was a 35-yard run.
Yeah. So back deep for the Wildcats is Wood, James Wood. So he'll stand back at about the 5-yard line. A couple of players up at about the 10-yard line. And Phillips is ready to kick the football for the Fairfield Indians, who take the lead with 6:45 remaining in this first half. It is 7-0 for Fairfield. There's the kick. Nice high end over.
It's going out of bounds.
Yep. That will go out of bounds.
There comes a flag.
So they'll bring the ball out to about the 30-yard line, 35-yard line with that penalty going out of bounds. And it'll be Springfield's football. And Springfield will get some good field position. Do you think that they are kicking it out of bounds like that or kicking it to the sideline so it stays away?
Definitely. I think that's an excellent point. And still, it kind of gives you, look at the placement of that ball there. It comes all the way out here to the 35-yard line. But then again, you haven't seen a whole lot of deep passes from Springfield, and they haven't had any big runs. So pretty good safe play to go because your defense, if you're Fairfield, has been doing a tremendous job tonight.
And what they have to do is a lot of misdirection here because Fairfield moves quickly toward the football. And maybe a draw play, something like that, to just run by him. Here comes the pass.
Like I said, they haven't gone.
And going deep and being tripped back there was the intended receiver.
Now
he was double teamed, and the wide receiver
now watch
was
this.
James Wood.
Now watch, if he puts a little more air under this could be a real big play. But he drills this ball, Lee. Now watch it. It'll probably still stay in your picture right there. He drills that thing, and watch where it goes. Just over, puts a little more air under it. He's got a good catch there. So again, the passing not as crisp as you would like to see, but there's a run up the middle, like you said.
Yeah, going up the middle. You don't know with this Fairfield team. They are so quick that if you try to hit the edges, they're right there on you. So maybe this is the way to go. That's a pickup on the play from the 35 to about the 39-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6. As again, they look over to this near sideline to find the play. Long time as the coaches get, of course, they're
looking at that defense,
yeah.
And you can see what they got there. They got three down linemen, and that'll give you your corners and 2 safeties back deep. Here they go for the pass coverage, and that's just a bad missed assignment.
Looking back, Gary, it was Minnie who came down about 10 yards and cut to the middle of the field. Watch this.
Now watch number 5 in the slot there. That's Larry Stephens. Now he's going to break out here to the right, and somebody missed a pattern. And there's no one back down here as a receiver, so that was just a broken play. Stevenson was going on a curl route, and he just went ahead and overthrew him. And again, folks, this is the 4th possession for Springfield. And you can tell those coaches are going to be fired up here in that locker room in the next 6 minutes.
Well, you said it right. It's just not as crisp as what it was when they got 508 yards. Here's the kick, and it hit a cheerleader over there. It kind of went, what's that? And it's going to go out of bounds, I think, somewhere around the 35-yard line. It was just a line drive, end-over-end kick.
So pretty surprisingly, 4 possessions and 4 punts, and that's something we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And I think the beginning of the game, Springfield was ready to go and just smash mouth football. Then all of a sudden, I think some things were said, and that kind of woke up Fairfield and kind of changed the tide. So I think they, like we said all the time, just settle down, get some running attack, and get some nice passes. For Fairfield, they're just doing a great job moving that ball and using up the clock.
Yeah. Sometimes you're too high coming out for a ball game, and that just throws everything up.
Nice
That's
tackle there.
Nice defensive play.
Yeah, nice tackle there.
Out in the flat, it looked like they had some yardage, but nope, not going to.
Now watch here. He's telling the man go in motion. Comes back this right side, and then it goes back across the field. And look at that defense. Everybody's on their man doing what they're supposed to do there for Springfield.
I like this quarterback. If this is his first year of being a starter, Ellis does a magnificent job looking people off. And you only need that split second. Once you get that split second, then you're going to get some separation in there. As Ellis rolls, being chased, look back, and all he sees is blue.
He's going to lose about 4 yards on that.
That's what you call gang tackling is Fairfield. Some of the linemen were just kind of standing around. Watch this.
Now look at the lineman, 4 down linemen for Springfield coming through here. Linebackers, outside linebacker again is shooting through. And the guy doing his job all night long, and we've called his number, and that's number 11, Zarius Stinnett. Just really impressive to see what he does. And he's doing what he's supposed to do. Stayed home and eyes on that quarterback.
Good defense by this Springfield ball club. That's what they need to do. It's been position football so far, and what they need to do is put Fairfield back even further so you can get some good field position.
Exactly. Oh boy, he's in
trouble
again.
And a nice spin move at about the 35 was Ellis, and he will take it out to about the 38-yard line, but that's going to be far short of the first down. They had to take it all the way out to about the 45-yard line. So with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining, and if they can get themselves a good drive and put it in, this may do it for the whole first half. But so far, we've had one good run by Springfield, that being by Tolliver. As Gary had mentioned, that was for about 35 yards. So
and
now
for Fairfield, they're rushing 62 yards and passing 6 for 66. So they got the edge so far. And
so far, this punter is good too. High kick, and getting away from the football to the guys in blue, and it's going to be down by Fairfield back at about the 22-yard line, 78 yards away. But we've got to get to the point for Springfield where they're actually moving the football, and like the quarterback Ellis, misdirect some of that play.
And on those passes, the coverage is really good by Fairfield coming down the field. Can't really get anybody wide open down at the bottom right now. You can see for Springfield is a guy you want to keep an eye out. Minnie's down here.
Wood is down here.
And then Wood is down here as well. And at the top there, you're going to find Stevens and one other wide receiver. There we go. Is a handoff to the big guy coming through the middle.
And that's kind of a misdirection. Do you have enough time? I don't know. You line them up for the pass play, and then you send the ball up the middle. Picking up out to about just shy of the 25-yard line. Well, right on the 25-yard line. Pick up a 5. It's going to be second down, or check that, of about 3 yards. Second down and 7. As again, the clock is rolling down to 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Don't forget, we've got our throw for dough, which is going to be coming up at halftime, something we've done quite a few times over the years. And almost intercepted.
He got it.
Was it?
He got it.
Yes.
He got it. Right across the middle, and that was good hands. Watch this on the catch here. The quarterback's looking right down as where he's going to throw the ball here. Now watch on this. Receivers are on there, and they're covered pretty well, but watch this guy drop back out. Linebacker 58 drops back out, watches his eyes, and picks it up as he falls down. We're talking about Brandon Weinberg.
You do that, Gary, in practice, and you wonder why you do it. Well, there it is. The old tip drill.
And that puts them in good field position here for this is their 5th possession of this first half.
There have been, 9 possessions by these teams, 1 score. Man coming in motion, doing the counter play in the backfield. Nice spin move at the line of scrimmage is going to get a few yards, and that being for McLean, as he picks it up. Came up with 1,754 yards rushing last year, and you can see why. This kid can move. When he gets to the line of scrimmage, somebody gets ready to hit him. It's like they're reaching for air because they got nowhere to go. In pretty tight now, so you probably expect a running play.
Oh, is that nice?
Yeah, that was nice.
Look at that pursuit and that defense. That was read just perfectly. Scooting across there and making that tackle was Minnie, and Minnie's played a great game. Now watch him stay at home here. Now watch this handoff you can barely see. Man's in motion, then look at this. Boom, boom. Timing's perfect, but coming up on the outside, here comes Minnie to drop him for a loss. And look at that, hanging on for dear life. His other buddies coming in there to help him out. Yeah,
Jaden Mays took that, and you're right, Gary. He almost was the quarterback taking the snap from center. That's how quick it was. Going to bring up third down. At about 7. Being chased is in the backfield. Almost picked off. Almost picked off by Springfield out in the flat, and just kicking himself is the other 58 on the field, and that being Gilbreth. Gilbreth comes up with almost an interception. That was a nice play.
Yeah, he was in the right place and just almost tipped it over there to himself, just like we just saw from Fairfield. Now that clock's ticking, and they're going to obviously go for it here. Springfield's had great field position anyway. So
4th down and about 7 yards to go for the first down. Let's see what Ellis does. He looks over to the near side, got a man cutting across, and
almost tipped to his other receiver.
Almost tipped to the other receiver going down. That's all this is. This game has turned into a tip drill. But it goes incomplete, so Springfield will take over the football.
And here it comes again. He has plenty of time. Look at that line doing a great job for him, and he just tries to get it in a too tight of a window there.
Boink.
And he was just a little bit hesitant. I think if he throws it quicker, he might have a shot at reception there.
Well, that's he would have, Gary.
Changing of the guard here.
There's nobody in the backfield. Just the quarterback. You think it's going to be a passing play? Yeah, they need to move the football. They, being Springfield, of course.
This is their 6th possession.
And what, Fairfield has had 5? Or 6? That's
5
11.
possessions. Yep.
And a timeout is going to be called as
Well, the
they're
first
going to call delay a game. This official here was stopping the clock, and I saw him. I thought they got a timeout, but no, they did not. So it's going to be, boy, you got to move forward, guys. First down now and 15 yards to go.
Well, here are the possessions for Springfield. The first one, they did make that first down.
Yeah.
Then they punted for 3 times, and they had an interception. So you need to fix that in a big hurry.
Big hurry. Ball snap back.
Going deep. No one's open.
Yeah, he is too. Oh, he had it off his fingertips.
He broke open, didn't he?
He ran away from the defender.
Man,
that being Wood. James Wood got his hand on it, Gary. Boy, had he caught that, he'd have made that some big strides all the way down to the end zone.
Let's see here. He didn't break open. He was good coverage, and then he broke open at just the last second, and then he's wide open. And, oh, boy, scooting across there, James Wood, but they got to go right back to it right now.
Yeah, Corey Smith was on him, did a nice job, but Corey kind of did a double take when he took off. Handoff coming to this near sideline.
There's a block in the back.
We'll go out of bounds. Will be Tolliver.
You just stop the clock at least here.
Yeah, and boy, another loss too. The ball's going to go back
now here
inside
it is.
the 25.
Kind of surprised on this play, Lee, because look at you have 2 wide receivers down there, and you got lots of defensive linemen and linebackers.
There was almost a block in the back there at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's the one I saw, and I didn't see a flag. So 1:23 left to go in this first half.
So it's going to bring up, what do we got now? 3rd down and about 15 yards to go for the first time. They got to get all the way out to about the 39-yard line. Springfield taking their time. Rolling to the far sideline. Boy, look at this pursuit. Wide open is Tolliver, and could not. He ran away from his defender and just could not hold on to the football. That would have been a first down out at the 45-yard line.
Now watch, he waits to the last minute, and this is really good sportsmanship on Fairfield's part, holding up Tolliver so he doesn't run into anything like a bench or something. Now watch this. At the end of this play, pass right there, just kind of too far outside, but watch these guys. There they go. They're grabbing him right there and saying, hang on, we got you. That's good. That's what you like to see.
That's good sportsmanship, yeah.
Some people get out of the way, and that's just not good. You just got to
like run over the bench and break a leg.
Just stop and help him out. There's a penalty here, Lee.
It's going to be a big penalty on Fairfield.
Let's see what that penalty is. I wish they had him mic'd up, but they don't have it here at the stadium.
Well, they were lucky just to
to have a stadium. And
okay, we're down to 1 minute and 17 seconds. Springfield, that's moving.
Moving
and
again.
That is going to be that right there. You're going, well, you didn't touch anybody. But this year, once they move, they break that plane. That's a penalty on Sanders and Fairfield.
Yeah, Delapina's done a great job here getting the stadium ready for football, and I asked him how he was, and he goes, well, ask me Sunday. So
it is in beautiful
shape.
Yeah,
they always do a good job and treat us so well over here.
All right, nobody in there. Looking over to the sideline, got
nice
the
pass.
And turned the wrong way. Probably should have gone out of bounds, although the clock will stop at 1:11 as they move the chains.
And that's 1 for 12 yards there, Lee.
All right. With the football and driving, let's hope they keep driving. Minnie on this near side caught that last pass. And going in motion, fake the handoff. Boy, look at that pursuit. Look at this. I'm telling you, this football team from Fairfield is just quick.
Mr.
And
France.
they hold their position. Yeah,
Mr.
LJ
France.
Mr.
The Eiffel Tower. I'm so glad you didn't say Tower of Pisa.
The Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah.
All right, the ball across
the
midfield.
Empire State Building.
49-yard line, and there go the whistles as
have a timeout.
Fairfield calling timeout. I thought they might call timeout earlier because it's second down and about 13. Save some time for themselves if Springfield can't move it, as they've got 32 seconds.
And you look at the first half for Springfield, Lee, passing yards 7 for 12. That just doesn't make much sense.
No, it doesn't make much sense. Throw for dough. That's coming your way here very, very shortly at halftime. And one of these schools, or maybe both, could be walking away with $500 for the athletic department, and that all being brought to you by Security National Bank.
Mr. Rastatter will be representing out there. He's a big fan of our football games and our basketball games, and we sure appreciate all they do over there for us.
The trouble with
That's what the community's all about.
The trouble with Pat is he acts like he's handing it off the whole time when I stand there. He said, no, just give it to the lady.
Yeah, he wants to throw. I think that's why he's down there. But it's fun because during the baseball season, his kids were out there and got to run the bases, so that's kind of fun to see how their families grow up.
Right now we would need runners.
Yeah, we'd need that for sure.
Gary got the hit. Oh, come here, run for me. Second down, and about 14 yards to go for the first down. Tolliver's over in the slot. Look for him. He's
32 seconds left to go here.
Looking over that defense, set up 3 men down, and they've been getting real good penetration.
Oh, nice
over the middle, nice catch, and that is a first down. Coming up with the football. Was that Benny again? Yeah. This kid has been doing a good job.
Watch this over the middle, folks. It's right where the umpire is, and it's going to go right over his head. Boom. Beautiful crossing pattern.
Even the fans are going, come on, hurry up. You're down to 15 seconds.
And Lee and I have both seen a Hail Mary before from this team.
All right, running the football.
Get rid of it.
Sideline.
No.
He needs to just go out of bounds and gets about as much as he's going to get.
Oh, we got a late hit there, too, didn't we?
That almost looked like a clip.
Yeah, watch this, folks. He's going to get out of bounds, and there's going to be 5 seconds left if he does get out of bounds. I thought the clock was going to run out.
Yeah, I did, too.
But that's going to be a first down.
Just trying to get as much as he could. Watch here at the end.
He's watching the clock too,
no,
so he goes out.
And that was a good block.
So let's see what we got. They're going to the end zone here, Lee.
Well, they have to. The ball is set inside the 25-yard line. It doesn't make any difference what down it is. They got to get the ball into the end zone here. 5 seconds remaining. Nobody in the backfield, just the quarterback going to call out.
Might have been a false start, but it wasn't.
It's a high lob pass, and
he caught it.
Did he get it? Oh, they're saying no, he didn't. Now, wait a minute, they're calling a touchdown. Now they're calling a no catch.
Now watch, Lee.
Wait a minute, let's watch the officials, too.
Now watch if he's out of the end zone. Boom. Oh, no, look at there.
Did it hit the ground?
Yeah. If you can inch forward on that, you'll see it. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that looked like
That's an exciting half.
All right, that's it. Little controversy at the end of the half, but that is indeed the end of the first half with the score Fairfield 7, Springfield nothing. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the first half, and we'll be throwing for dough. Brought to you by Security National Bank as Springfield is hosting the Fairfield Indians on local TV for me, Sports Network.
You're watching the Hometown High School Football Game of the Week on WRCX Television, brought to you by our local All-State agent, Jim Twiggs. Tonight's game is also being brought to you by the IH Credit Union, Los Mariachis Mexican Restaurant, and Springfield Clark CTC.
At Dave Kell Chevrolet and Chevrolet Trucks, we are proud that customers keep coming back to purchase vehicles. Now we have a brand new showroom that will help us serve our customers better.
We give every customer specialized attention to find the right vehicle at the right price, and we have a wide variety of new and used vehicles to choose from.
Visit us at Dave Kell Chevrolet and experience no-nonsense car shopping.
The best place to purchase a new or used vehicle is at Dave Kell Chevrolet in Mechanicsburg, Ohio.
I'm Nick Jacobson, and I'm a senior in the Electrical Trades program at the Springfield Clark CTC. Currently in my class, we are being taught motor controls and three-phase commercial power. My goal is to further my education through an apprenticeship and become a power distribution lineman, and all I had to do was commit. Career opportunities making meaningful impact today. For more information, visit www.scttc.org.
I'm a text walker. I'm paying more attention to my LOLs and OMGs and the CARs that are about to HIT me.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
All right, we are back with Fairfield leading here at halftime, 7-0. And Gary, let's check out some of the highlights from the first half.
Well, if you look at the scoreboard, it's 7-0. So what you have is the first thing that happens is a touchdown, and it took us a while to get a score here. And it was
a little controversy on that as well.
A little controversy of whether he went in for that score. And that was with about 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the first half. And Ellis was the one that just backed his way into the end zone. And a little controversy because we thought we saw somebody mark it short, but it wasn't. And he ended up getting in the touchdown, and they got the extra point kick. And kicker did a terrific job for Fairfield.
Well, the official on this near side of the field, Gary, was very emphatic of pointing
where it was
down.
And the other one on the far side said a touchdown. And then 5 seconds left to go in this first half. Springfield gets some penalties. A nice run.
Straight up.
Now let's watch the replay here. Now he gets wrapped up by the Springfield player right in the backfield there. But right there, the pushing continues, and he goes down low. And
nobody in the backfield, just the quarterback going to call out.
Might have been a false start, but it wasn't.
It's a high lob pass, and
he caught it.
Did he get it? Oh, they're saying no, he didn't.
In on it, you could. It just kind of barely hit that turf, and no touchdown.
No touchdown. So that's where we're at. 7-0 as we'll be coming back right here at halftime. We've got our Security National Bank throw for dough from Springfield High School on the local TV for me, Sports Network.